Welcome to Frances Reads Her Bible. Today I'm moving on to Genesis chapter 33. Genesis 33 is about Jacob and Esau's meeting. So when Jacob saw Esau coming with his 400 men, he divided the children among Leah, Rachel, and the two concubines. He put the concubines and their children first, then Leah and their children, and finally Rachel and Joseph at the rear. He arranged them in the order of importance. That's the least important concubine to the most important wife and child. That's true that Jacob loves Rachel so much. Rachel and his son Joseph, Rachel and her children later, because you know he puts them last. So if anything was going to happen, it will happen to the concubines and their children, then to Leah and her children before it ever gets to Rachel and Joseph. He was going to protect them. People protect what is dear to them. That's what I've noticed or I've learned in these few verses. Then Jacob went ahead of them. He still protected all of them by going ahead, and bowed down to the ground 7 times as he approached his brother. But Esau ran to him, threw his arms around him, and kissed him. You see, that's the thing. Esau treated Jacob like a brother. He was hungry, that's years ago, and he came to meet his brother. Oh, give me some of your food. If he didn't love him, he won't ask for some of his food. But Jacob did all that he did. That's to tell you that if yeah, he was angry because of Jacob stealing his blessing, but that had passed. See, they were now both threw his arms around him, kissed him, they were both crying, and Esau looked around and saw the women and the children. He asked, "Who are these people with you?" "These, sir, are the children whom God has been good enough to give me." Then the concubines came up with their children and bowed down, like that, in the order of arrangements. So Esau asked, "What about the other group I met? What did that mean?" Then Jacob answered, "That was to gain your favor." And Esau was like, "I have enough. Keep it, keep what you have. I have enough." And then Jacob went on to intend to say, "No, please, if I have gained your favor, if you've truly forgiven me, please accept my gifts. To see your face is for me like seeing the face of God. Now that you have been so friendly to me." Well, so many people won't have forgiven Jacob for what he did, but like I said, Esau saw him as his brother. If not, he wouldn't have come to meet him and asked him for food then, years ago, and all that happened. So this chapter is so nice. Forgiveness. It's all about forgiveness and forgetting it. Esau had forgotten all that Jacob did, and still embraced his brother despite all the evil and wicked things his brother did to him. You know. So Esau said, "Let's get ready and leave. I will go ahead of you." Then Jacob answered, "You know that the children are weak, and I must think of the sheep, the livestock with their young." Then the 14 told him to go ahead, and I will follow slowly, going as fast as I can with the livestock and the children until I catch up with you in Edom. Then Esau said, "Let me leave some of my men with you." But Jacob answered, "There's no need for that. I only want to gain your favor." So that day, Esau started on his way back to Edom. I wonder if Jacob ever went to Edom to see his brother. I doubt it, because the next verse doesn't say anything about that. So I think for Jacob, it was mission accomplished. There was no need going to see his brother. Sometimes it will just serve as a reminder, like, see what this person did. So maybe to him once was enough. Because Jacob went to Succoth, and there he built a house for himself and shelters for his livestock. That's why the place was named Succoth. On his return from Mesopotamia, Jacob arrived safely at the city of Shechem in the land of Canaan and set up his camp in a field near the city. He bought that part of the field from the descendants of Hamor, father of Shechem, for 100 pieces of silver, and he put an altar there and named it for El, the God of Israel. Did you notice God was called El? No, that's why we have El Shaddai, El Ohim. The other things behind the El means other things like God of this, God that does this, God that does that. So God's name is El, El, the God of Israel. Okay, so Esau went back to Edom, but Jacob went to Succoth. Then from his return from Mesopotamia, he arrived safely at the city of Shechem. Mesopotamia was his uncle's place, so from Succoth, let's say he went to Shechem in the land of Canaan, and then he set up his camp in a field near the city. Then he bought land there and did all that. So it's interesting. He never went to Edom to see Esau anymore, even though he said he was going to. I guess he didn't want to test the waters. Since he has forgiven me now, that's enough. Let me not go poke the bear. Maybe he keeps seeing he might change his mind. I'm sure Jacob was trying to be careful. The Bible never mentioned them as in the two brothers, Esau and Jacob, meeting up after that last meeting. But who knows, they might have. The Bible only keeps important things, I guess. So, yeah. So they might have, maybe that wasn't written down because it was of no importance. So, yeah. They might have. I'm so happy for Jacob and for his brother Esau. Forgiveness is always the key. What Jacob did to Esau was the height of betrayal. Well, Esau forgave him. He was seeing his brother for the first time in 20 years. He forgave him. People say time heals all things, but no. There are people who would see you after 30 years and they will not forgive you. So that's just who Esau was. And the good thing about forgiveness, or the truth about forgiveness, is it sets it sets not even the person you're forgiving free, but you, most importantly. So I'm happy that these two brothers reconciled, and they have peace. And Jacob restituted or understood what he did and apologized for it. But then the truth is, sometimes some people who hurt us, who betrayed us, might never ever come to apologize or even realize that what they did was bad. To them it was okay. To them you don't matter. But Jacob realized what he'd done wrong because now he had God in his life. Jacob was not the man he was 20 years ago, like I keep saying. He was now a changed man. He understood what he did to his brother, and he asked for forgiveness. I'm so happy that that happened. And I'm sure Esau too was happy because at least he got closure, from forgiving his brother and seeing his brother one more time. I'm happy for them. So as always, I'm no pastor. I don't know why I keep saying that, but God bless you. See you next time and goodbye.